Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ray Dolan from Mullingar in Mullingar with the Shout Out Show. Yes, indeed, and we're looking forward to an absolute magnificent day in here in Mullingar. As you can see through the skylight, it's a blue sky once again, and we've got the yellow t-shirt on today, and we have our special guest in waiting. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a legend from Mullingar in Mullingar. So let's start off our Shout Out Show with the first shout out we have for all the kids and all the young lads and ladies who have finished in St. Finian's, and they're having their virtual graduation at 7 o'clock this evening. I think that's going online, so it's 7 o'clock this evening, the virtual graduation. This is the world we're living in now. So once again, to all them young people, we wish you well and congratulations on finishing school and heading to the new part of your life. So we always have some different type of shout out, but today we have an unusual shout out. This is a fuel shout out because the price of fuel is going down rapidly, and we know from diesel out in Robinstown it's 110.9 for diesel, and for petrol it's 113.9 for petrol in Robinstown. So that's probably the best place to go. If you've got a better place in Mullingar, tell us the price of diesel where you live. Karina Ball, how's it going? And she's coming in from Holland, and she's using the hashtag from Mullingar in Mullingar. Great to know that you're looking in, Karina. And Mary Cross, hello my dear, great to have you on board. Harry Jim is here, and a beautiful y'all. Colette is coming in from County Antrim. That's Colette Harty, and great to know that you're on board with us with the Shout Out Show. This is the show that we give you a shout if you have a celebration, if you want to promote your business, if you want to just have a chat in general, or tell us what you're at in the house today. Send us in a message and we'll give you a shout out. As I said, the weather is unusually brilliant here in Mullingar. I got burnt yesterday, as you can see from my face, and my legs got burnt as well, so we might do another bit of burning later on. So let me move on to a thing that's worth checking out. So if anyone is interested in the garden, we're sort of giving you an idea of a Facebook page to watch, and this Facebook page to watch is called CLON Clonroad Garden Centre in Ennis, County Clare, and today they are doing a free online window box workshop. Yes, indeed. Everything seems to be going online this weather, and this is well worth checking out. So just go on Facebook, look for CLON Clonroad Garden Centre, Ennis, County Clare, and check out, actually go online with them and see how you can make an absolute gorgeous window box. And we would like to say a big shout out to all our friends there in Ennis, but not forgetting our good friend Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith, we're in the morning, and what a gentleman he is. He knows everyone's name. He's a legend in the shop down there. That's Smith's Hardware in Mullingar, directly over from Rochford's. And we want a big shout out to all the crew, because they're up and running. The doors are open and they are doing business. So we wish you all a fantastic day. That's all the crew in Kyle Smith's in Mullingar, from Mullingar in Mullingar. What's good and great about our town. Okay, let's move on. A big shout out to Quality Parts, because today is our shout out for a job. Yes, they are hiring at the moment. So if you are looking for a job, call into Quality Motor Parts. That's in Mullingar and from Mullingar at the Harbour Bridge, Mullingar. So let's check it out here. Danny Parker, people coming in. Danny Parker, good morning. Morning, beef to the heels, have a lovely day, doing a great job. That's Danny Parker. I think Danny Parker is abroad, and he's always saying hello to us, and he's always on board, so brilliant. Thank you. Paul Fagan is looking in, and who else we got here? Yes, Colette is looking in, and Victor is sending us a dancing man. Okay then, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you coming in, and we appreciate you sending out our posts and sharing them with your friends if you like, if you want. Okay, birthday shout outs. We have a birthday for Ro B-E-N-E, Bean. That's the tallest painting man in Mullingar. He's the tallest man. He does not need a lift. He does not need a ladder. He just paints the roof of the house with the height that he was given from his mammy. And he comes the whole way from Slovakia. And he is living in Mullingar many years now, and actually has got a Mullingar accent at this stage. So a big shout out to you, Ro, B-E-N-E. That's Robin. Great to know you're on board. Kathleen Oakes, my auntie, Is it me auntie? She is me auntie. No, she's my cousin. And her daughter is Caroline Oakes. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Caroline, daughter of Jerry and Kathleen. Happy birthday to you. And a happy birthday to you, Roe Bean once again. And Deborah. Oh, no, that's not Deborah. That's Rebecca O'Callaghan. And Rebecca O'Callaghan's daughter, Alicia, is 11 today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alicia. You're 11. Happy birthday to you. And another great birthday greeting coming in here from, and TUE is Tracy where is Tracy? Beaufort. She's Beaufort. She's Tracy Beaufort, and her mum's birthday is today, and they are looking in from Bath in Somerset. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tracy's mum. Happy birthday to you. And another birthday that we missed yesterday is Eurovision singer Eamon Toll, whose birthday was yesterday. So from Mullingar in Mullingar and the Shout Out Show is wishing you a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mr. Toll. That's Eamon. Happy birthday to you. And not forgetting, we have another birthday greeting from a granny to her grandchild Aoife, and that is Margaret Henson. Margaret Henson's grandchild Aoife is 7. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aoife. Happy birthday to you. And not forgetting Claire Dunn, who would love to wish Kieran, whose birthday wish Kieran, I think it's his birthday, that's right, and he is out picking spuds with his granddad. So a big shout out to Kieran and a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kieran, from Claire. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray! So, ladies and gentlemen, we have our special guest flowing in the whole way from Mullingar in Mullingar. Please put your hands together for John MaCauley. John, are you in the house?
Yes.
John is here.
In the back door.
Come on, John, how are you getting on?
Good, Ray, and yourself?
We're getting on good, and it's great to have you on board the bus. We're having great fun here on the bus sessions all the time, every day. So it's great, special guest.
Yes, thank you very, very much. Glad to be here in the bus.
John, you're doing fantastic work at the moment with your photography. You're putting out pictures. You're bringing the whole life to town as if we knew nothing changed. And all you have to do is look at the photographs and it brings you directly back to shows that went on, events that went on. You're covering photography for a long time.
Yes, I am. I've always done a bit of photography all my life, Ray. Growing up from Gannell Terrace, I won my first little camera in a school sports.
Go on.
And actually still have it at home. Ever since that day, I think photography was always in my life. Yeah, what I like to do is show up Westmeath, how beautiful the lakes are, and the sunsets and the lovely things we have around. And nature is a big part of my life in it too. And I see now with closed down, people are listening to nature more and seeing more nature in their lives now than ever before.
The bird singing is just amazing.
Our lives were so fast that we never heard the bird singing. And now people are coming and saying to me, I heard the bird singing. Yeah. It's like the young lad one time I heard, he came from Dublin down to his granny, down the country. Yeah. And he lived in the centre of the city. And he was standing at the door one evening. And he went in shouting for his granny to come out and thought there was something wrong. And he said, Granny, look, up in the sky, stars. He hadn't seen stars before. Because he'd been in the centre of the city, ever there was lights. You see, and you wouldn't see the stars.
You'd never think of it.
So he was in the maze, and he came down the country, saw the stars. What a lovely story it was.
Tell us, you were involved in charity as well. There's a great charity that came out of nowhere to your heart. You were on a mission in Africa one time.
I was. Yeah, about 9 years ago, myself and my good friend Rodney Cleary here in Mullingar, a good friend of mine, and 2 guys from Wicklow. We went off to Serengeti to do some wildlife photography. Now, Serengeti was one of my tick lists in my head that I've always wanted to cover. Saved a good few years for it.
Right.
And off we went for 15 days. And yes, we had a great time. We had a great, marvellous time. But on the way home, I saw a little orphanage. And I said, to the guys, let's throw in a few bob here, because as all Irish people do, you know that those people are poor. And we were after having 15 great days.
Right.
So yeah, we got out. I think I had a fiver.
Yeah.
And it was in great form. We were all singing and laughing in the bus heading for the airport. But when I came out, I wasn't singing and laughing. I knew something had hit me and touched me, that there was a great need here.
Right.
But making the story short, next year I went back on my own after telling the people in Mullingar what I'd seen and what I'm going to do. I went back on my own. Now, they were nearly locking me up at home because...
I just turned the camera around.
because if I come out of Dublin, I nearly come out the wrong way. And here I was going off to Tanzania on my own.
Right.
But I had no fear.
Yeah.
And I collected €5,000 that people in Mullingar had given me.
Jesus.
And I put it around my waist and under my shirt, and off I went. Met two boys in the middle of the night with a big sign, Mr. John. I began to say, that must be me. Got into the back of the car, never met these fellas before. No fear. I knew there must have been somebody minding me. But
right.
anyways, we were flying down this dirty road about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Didn't know where I was going.
Okay.
And the smell of I was sitting in the back seat with this fella. He didn't know what money I had him on me. The smell of petrol, the car, an old banger of a yoke. This minute down the road we were flying, and this car went into a spin. I said, "Aye, this is it." And I just looked up at the sky and I said, "God, I hope you're awake tonight. I might need you." That was my only prayer I could think of.
Right.
And next minute, your man looked around at me and he said, "Excuse me, Mr. John, I want to go to the toilet." And be Jesus, I so do I. And there we were, standing up again a bush at 3 o'clock in the morning, piddling.
Right.
And off, then they brought me off down to where I was staying. I was at over that night with aunts. But anyways, the next morning they met me and brought me down to this place where this orphanage was. This was a new orphanage I was going to. So stood outside, saw no children, saw derelict buildings.
Mm-hmm.
No sign of life, only the two boys beside me. So I said, again it was my little prayer, like, what am I being punished for? I'm here with these guys here, no English, dust, dirt, heat for 15 days. So they said, "Now we go and meet the children." And we went into this little room, and here was 26 little children and their minders, with the gorgeous little faces I ever seen in a child, with hardly any clothes, but huge poverty. And a big sign, "Welcome, Mr. John." I just went down, it was like the Pope. I went down on the ground on my knees and said, "I'm home."
Right.
And I knew I was in the right place. So then I said, "Look, I'll give you 5 years of my life and the people of Mullingar will support you."
Wow.
So we did, and friends then joined me, and we went back out then every year for 15 days, myself and my friends. And we all pay our own costs out of our own pocket. That's why you see me going around with a camera and taking a few photographs. This right here in my view, Bob, for my flight. And we have put them on a stage of basically self-sufficiency.
Go
They had
away.
no toilets. We hardly had a bed for 26 children, about 5 beds. I got them electricity in. We got every child a bed. A pillow. Didn't know what a pillow was. You had to put a pillow on their heads like this, show them what to do.
Where did all these kids come from? Like
They're all little orphanages.
from everything?
From the areas.
From the areas.
From the
So
area.
how big is the area? Like
Ah, sure,
thousands of miles.
Thousands of miles, yeah.
Yeah.
And we also, you have a situation where a lady might have 2 children, and the husband is working, say, Dublin away. He's working in a farm, and he gets about €6 or €7 an hour money a week, maybe $1 a day for working. He sends that home. But what happens then is he gets malaria and dies. She has no income.
Right.
There's no social welfare. There's no Lions Club. There's no Rotary. There's no nothing.
Right.
She has to go out then every day and break stones with a £2 hammer to get money to feed her child. So she discovers then she can't feed 2, so she has to pick one of them and leave them in an orphanage.
So there's a lot of orphanages in Tanzania.
A lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of then children would have come across the border from wars.
Right. There's a lot of that as well.
A lot of that, yeah.
So when are you going over again, John? You were meant to go, were you?
Oh yeah, we were booked to go on the 11th of June. 21 of us. I've been bringing TUE students, and I think we had 11 students this year. And of course, like everything else, cancelled.
Yeah.
And I feel terrible sorry for the students. I can't. They was all set to go because it took a whole year planning.
Totally. Well, I mean, it's a big letdown. And on the other side then in Africa as well, they were welcoming you and getting ready to bring us... So what work did you do the last time there?
what we're doing now, at the
How
moment
many
now,
years for starters? Sorry, you go on.
Sorry?
You said you go for 5.
Oh, yeah, and this is 9.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I thought I was finished with 5. I had done my piece. So God asked me.
Yeah.
But I was told to look across the road, basically. So, and I seen the elders.
Right.
And these are worse cases than the children. Because every agency to come in, 90% will focus on children, and no harm. No harm. But the elder people are forgotten, and they're living in mud huts. Now, some of the huts, I had a dog alive one time, and I had him in better conditions. And they're just sitting around waiting.
I seen the picture of the old man with bad shoes and everything.
Yeah. That type of thing. And there's one there now.
Oh, right.
That man there is saying a prayer. We're after giving them food with the odd socks.
Just let me see the information there. Let me see that information again. Just lift it. Okay.
Sorry.
Just get all the information. So interesting, yeah.
So, yeah.
And
so these are now the people that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And we're getting more food to them every month. We have so many. We work with the local government guy,
Right.
social welfare guy. So at the moment now, we started building rooms for people that are in these conditions.
Right.
And this week, hopefully the end of this week, we have raised money and to build room for a lady. And she's just a lovely lady. She sings me, Ray, you'd love her. She sings a song for me every time I go up. And the big hearty laugh, the big smile. She's just a beautiful person. Like if you were feeling under the weather or depressed, go in and see her. You wouldn't need a tablet coming out.
Tell us, the first thing, how long do you go for?
We go for 15 days.
Do you stay in the same area?
We stay in the same area down near Lake Manyara.
So do you stay, where do you live? Like where do you sleep?
We stay in a campsite.
Okay. Is that created for you or is that made by
No, it's
yourselves?
there for the tourists.
Okay.
And we have our own little room, clean, bed, a shower, and with a little bit of food.
What's the food like?
Well,
You look thin every time you come back.
yeah, I know. I'm a very fussy eater. I'd lose,
All right.
I'd lose about a stone or more. I'm usually 12 stone going out. And
Right.
Less than 11 coming home.
Yeah.
Well, it's me. I'm a probably fussy eater.
And tell
But
me,
we
what
get
about
by.
sickness and that? Does
No,
anyone...
we get a lot of injections going out.
Okay.
And malaria tablets.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's hospitals there and doctors, like, if
Yeah.
anything should happen.
I'm just thinking of people who want to go and they're thinking, Jesus, where would I sleep? Where would I eat?
Yeah.
How would I get on with the food? How would I get on with the people? But the other thing about it is, I'm just putting myself through the scenario.
Yeah.
So fair enough, you arrive and you park and you sleep and you get up the next morning, you meet all these kids and you're injected. You're injected by the kids' energy,
Yeah,
and you're injected by what's going on in the place, and
Yeah.
that you're going to make a difference.
Yeah.
And it sounds a little bit like, you know, the Irish going to Africa, or you know,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Same thing.
it's well worn, and we've for
Yeah.
many years we've been sending money to Africa.
That's right.
And you're thinking, Jesus, you know, it's an old story. But I'd say when you get there and you go in and you go,
Yeah.
wow,
When you lift up a little child that says to you,
yeah,
one morning, little girl had jumped in my arms one morning with not great English. She says, Mr. John, she says, do you know that I have no mummy or daddy? And I said, yeah. And she said the next day, will you look after me? I will, says I. And I was wondering, what's the next question? Bring me home, like. I said, how am I going to answer this? And then she says, I want to be a nurse. Will you see that I will be a nurse? This
Wow.
child was about 9-year-old. And since that now, she's 15 or 17 now. We are watching her and she is studying. She has been sponsored by people from Italy. And we watch her and she'll come running down to me and she call me daddy
wow.
and jump into my arms. But we're still watching her and we'll buy her lovely clothes.
So
when she wants.
these people you're looking after, is it a village that you're sort of connecting
It's a
into?
village,
So
yeah.
many people live in the village.
I describe it as a village about the size of Moat.
Okay.
Kind of that type of thing.
And are you
It's
the
very
only
simple.
charity going in there now, or is there someone else going in as well?
There probably would be other charities around, but
Okay.
I wouldn't see them, you know.
Yeah.
And different agency charities might come to the orphanage at different times of the year, which is good. Rather
How
than
many
just the one.
people then, how many kids are in the office once
There
again?
was 26 that time.
And how many people work on it?
There'll be about 5 or 6.
And is it all foreign people or is it
No,
locals?
they're all the locals.
Yeah.
Should they be working for nothing?
Yeah,
They wouldn't get anything. They're all living on breadline all the time.
yeah. So they're all just working for food.
That's basically
Literally,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
The way things have gone, John, do you think have we changed in our own approach to life in the last 3 or 4 months?
We have big time, but I'm afraid that when the fast lane comes, it will be gone again. Like we had, it was so lovely to hear people saying, and I see them out walking with their families, looking at nature, even just nature on its own. That will all, hopefully that won't change. You know, I see the kids out running across fields now that they never did.
That's true, yeah.
Rather than sitting in with a computer all day.
Yeah,
Like
and
my-
it's fair. It's all good and all that,
It's
but
all
still,
good.
but still.
Oh no, everything in proportion.
Yeah.
In proportion.
Tell us, getting back to the birds of prey. You have, I've seen a kestrel up there. Where did you get the kestrel? Who told you about this? Or are you out looking for kestrels every week or
No,
what?
what happens is some of these, a lot of these birds would be photographing would be rare birds, some of them, and they'll be protected.
Right.
So I really don't tell people where they are. And
Good
I'll tell you
idea.
the reason why. And I don't mind bringing bird lovers with me.
Yeah.
The reason is that you have these people that will rob the chicks out of the nest and then tell you in 2 years' time, I found him on the side of the street and he's sitting on a fella's arm.
Right.
Now, I'm not into that. That
Okay.
bird is meant to fly free. So that's why I don't say where it is. With friends of mine were building their house and they went to finish the eave gutter and they couldn't. They saw this fella flying out, didn't know what it was. So they knew then, found out what it was and they didn't finish it. So they told me, and I used to go down and sit in my car every morning with a big long lens and be able to photograph.
Brilliant.
And yesterday the chick left the nest and he did 2 circles around the house, looked down at me and took off.
Go away.
I swear to God it was went. I couldn't believe it.
Brilliant. And tell us, you have an owl, a long-eared owl.
Long-eared owl, which are scarce enough.
Yeah. They're not indigenous, are they? Indigenous to Ireland, like.
No.
They were
They're wrong, but
introduced-
it's hard to find them.
Yeah.
Again, I wouldn't find them only for people said they had them in their garden.
Ah, right,
And,
yeah.
I don't go around looking for them because I'd be, God knows when you'd find them. And this is how things are got.
Yeah.
Again, I'd go out and give the people a nice photograph.
Brilliant. And I must say that, as I said, all the photographs you're putting up at the moment are like they're absolutely fantastic. But you have a great idea. The €3. The €3 is a great one. The cup of coffee. The money at the end of the stairs. The money at the bottom of the car. The money just dropped there.
So I'd set up this donation because our fundraisers are down for Tanzania and Heavenly Homes. That's the name of our charity. We're down about 4 good fundraisers, which would give me 3 houses to build.
Right.
So I put up my photographs, old photographs. I didn't put a watermark on them. If people want to take them and steal them, that's fine. They're not hurting me.
Yeah.
But if people would like to donate €3 a month to our charity, that's €36 a year.
Right.
We'd be so happy. Because someone might say to me, John, sure, I can give 10 or 20. Yes, maybe you can. But if there's a problem in your house in a few months' time, God bless us, the first thing you'll do is take off the 10 or the 20.
Yeah.
But if there's a problem in your house and you take off €3, well then I think we need to go and help you.
That's right.
Because there's €3 in the bottom of a seat of a car,
That's right, yeah.
hanging in loose change around the house. So if I get 200 people at €3, that's €600 I'd have. That'll feed a lot of families for me and build rooms for me.
And come here, like, people can just get the account number and just put it
That's
into
the
it if they want
straight
it.
to our account, yeah.
Yeah.
We've no cost. Everybody pays their own account or travel.
Right. And you've brought, like, last year you brought loads of kids over, they were nearly finished school. Like,
PY students.
Yeah.
And
How did they enjoy it?
oh my God.
How many of them went?
Last year 6 went.
Right.
This year I had to turn the phone off. There's that many. Now they're good kids. They all went for the right reason.
Okay, yeah, you
They
want them going
wanted
for
to
the
do
right
something
reason.
for somebody else.
Yeah.
These were super kids, and there's no reason. There's no point going worrying about the food and the heat and all
Yeah.
that. You forget about that. If you don't have it in your head that you're going to do something for somebody else, don't come.
But the good thing about it is apart from doing it for someone else, you're doing it for yourself.
Oh, I'm doing myself.
But mentally and physically,
Mentally,
in
yeah.
your own heart and soul, that when you, that you're going to give, but I think you're going to get twice as much back anyway.
10 times.
Yeah.
Like our Christian message, whatever religion you want to belong to, our Christian message is stretch out to your brother and sister. Now, people might say, what about your brother and sister in Mullingar?
Yeah.
Yes, our brother and sister in Mullingar are well looked after. And I do work behind the scenes for organisations. But what I was touched with and what I was sent to, these people had nobody. And that's what brought me to Africa. And there is poverty, big poverty in Mullingar and Dublin, but there's a lot of charities helping them.
exactly.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Getting back to where you came from, you were born, bred and reared in Ginnell Terrace.
Ginnell Terrace all my life, yeah. Some terrace, great terrace. The council never had to cut the grass.
Really?
The big square.
Oh, yeah.
Because we played football and hurling all day in it. Never had to cut the grass. Or Paddy Dinnigan's horses might come down and eat it if there was a bit of long grass in it.
Go away. And you're growing up, you remember going, like you were big into, as I said, looking at the wildlife at the time. And everyone knew the eggs, huh?
That's right. Ginnell Terrace, Dalton Park wasn't there at the time. So we had St. Loman's fields. Mm-hmm. So their summer holidays was the welly boats, the bird book, and 4 or 5 was across the fields, climbing trees to see what eggs and nests was in it. And sitting down then, looking through the book, what eggs. But most important, nobody else was to be told about this nest. This was a big thing. You're not to tell Paddy's such a fella.
You're put out with the gang then, if that's the case.
Oh yeah, you're out with the gang. We were the gang that knew where all the birds' eggs were.
Right.
And no one's to know.
Okay.
And then someone would break the truth and tell someone, and there'd be a bit of a few words.
Put out with the gang for a while.
Yeah. So this was our summer holidays. And then we'd have organised a hurling match between the back and the middle. Right. And then whoever won that would have to play the front.
Okay.
So no game, every game kind of finished, but always finished with a fight.
Important.
The fight was with hurleys and but all those guys were still our best friends and ever.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, there were no parents got involved. We did our own thing out in the square. And it was so lovely when I look back at photographs and the guys and it was so.
And if you photographs going back to them times?
No, I wouldn't.
Not with that camera, no.
I saw one of me the other day, all right, but you wouldn't want to see it.
You want to get rid of it as well.
I don't want to see it again.
The beauty of a photograph, it brings you back to the time, and that is something else. It's like you saying you come back to photograph and going, oh, Jesus, I look rough there. Or what it brings you back to is what you were thinking at the time.
That's right.
And whether it's the picture of you and what's going on in your mind, that picture, or going back to the time. But look, we want to thank you very much from the Shout Out Show for joining us here on the bus. We're on the bus and we're going live in this bus. A great crack for the last 3 months now.
Fantastic.
And we would like to thank you very much, John, for being with us, and we'd like to thank you on behalf of all the people in Mullingar for doing a fantastic job. And to your charity, well done.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks very much for having me. Thank you.
So there you are, folks. That's John MaCauley, the legend that is. And he's on the bus, and the heat is getting really, really warm here. So we're just going to go back and just check out here a few people who said hello. We're just chatting earlier on about John Breen. You know John Breen.
That's right.
Well, John Breen went to school. God, the camera there for that one. John Breen went to school. I think they went to the same school. So a big shout out to John Breen if he's looking in. Now let's check and see if he is with us. Paul is in there. Danny Parker's there. Mary is coming in from England. Colin Hanlon says, well, boy, Mary Cross. Friends live in Bath, Somerset. So she's some friends there. Pat Kenny is looking in, who was with us yesterday. You know him well, John. Jeffrey's looking in from Cullybackey. John's doing a great work for those people. Fair play. He is indeed.
Thank you.
Penny's looking in from New York.
Oh, lovely.
She's a nurse there, so she's on the front line. Noel Keynes is up Ginnell.
Who?
Noel Keynes. You know Keynes? Noel is in England somewhere. The Keynes are the great memories, John.
Yes,
absolutely super. I think we've I think we've got everyone on board who has joined us. Brilliant. So look, gang, thank you very much from myself and John MaCauley. Check out his photographs. There is a story in every picture, and this man is a legend. From Mullingar in Mullingar, this is the Shout Out Show with Ray Dolan and John MaCauley.
Thank you, everybody.